Well, welcome back to ZenTen with Jackie Rose of Zentangle, and we're on day 3 of this week, and we're going to work in these little sections right here. You could call it one section, which is kind of the background, or you could call it 4 sections here. Does not matter. And we're going to do the pattern Ixorus or Zorus. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but I'll show you how to spell that later. And the first thing we're going to do is let's pick one section. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. And pick up your pen. And let's, from this corner to here, let's do a slightly curved line. So it's not straight, just has a slight curve to it. And we're going to do that again by turning our tile. Let's pick this corner. Let's do another one. Shoot kind of for the middle area and land on the other corner. But it doesn't, you don't have to do corner to corner. Just make sure it's kind of like an X right now, like a dancing X. And we're going to do one more. Let's see what we'll do. The one more. I think we'll do one more just right down the middle or wherever your widest area is. Okay. And now we're going to aura each one of these lines. And we're only going to aura to the point. So for example, so here, let's aura this one. We're just going to aura this line and stop at that point. So again, an aura is just drawing the same exact shape right next to it. And we're going to do that to the right of each one. So nice and slow and relaxed, just aura to that point. Turning your tile just to the right, aura to that point. And now, it's all we're going to do is that one aura on each. And now, we're going to put in little ladybugs. So we're going to do one on one side. So just pick one area right now. Give it that little arc, color that in. Don't think ahead, just stay right here with me in the moment. All you have to do is focus on this one ladybug, one little bump. And now on the other side of this same stem, I'm going to call it a stem, we're going to do another one on the other side. Again, doesn't matter how big your ladybug is or your arc, just some kind of a shape. And we're going to do that on each stem. So when we get to this one, I like to kind of go opposite. So since this is on this side, I'm going to start my lower one here. Again, it doesn't matter. It's just something I like to do rather than doing it on this side here. So it's not too close, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'll do it on the other side. We're doing a lot of coloring in this week. So now we move to this one. You know, I think I'll start, it's going to be on both sides. So I'm going to do this one up top or bottom, however you want to look at it. And then this one on this side. Again, it doesn't really matter, but just one on each side, doesn't matter where it is. Focusing on each stroke, feeling totally relaxed, turning your tile to get a comfortable position, making it your own. Don't think too much. Don't try to get it like me. Do it whatever feels good to you. Zentangle should be called freedom art. We're free to draw whatever we want, to do whatever we want with these pieces of work that we do. Okay, so now You thought we were done. We've got a long way to go. Well, not a long way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to order each one of the, oh, I missed one. Look at that. I missed one. So I'm going to put that one here. And we're going to order each ladybug. Now this is very similar to the pattern Crescent Moon, which is a very popular pattern in Zentangle. And if you've been tangling for a while, you probably have done Crescent Moon. And this just makes Crescent Moon a little bit very similar, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Because with Crescent Moon is usually just the perimeter of this whole section. Instead, we may put in these stems, and we're putting them on the stems. And then once you aura them, you're going to go around and aura them again, one at a time, giving each ladybug an aura, focusing on the stroke, nice and slow. You can turn your tile at any time. And of course, when I say tile, you know I mean your piece of paper or your sketchbook. And you're just going to keep doing that until this whole section is filled up. And we're going to do that in each one of these sections. So when you're done, you'll move on to another section. So I'm going to move on to another section. Drawing these lines slightly curved, or they can be straight as well. And we're just doing 3 lines. And then we aura each one just to that center point, picking one side. Just makes it easier that way. You don't have to do it that way, but I just picked the right or the right side of each section, each stem. And then you bring in those ladybugs, one on each side. So just because it's called ZenTen, many of you know it's not always 10 minutes. It's sometimes more, sometimes less. I have a feeling this week is a little bit more. But it doesn't mean you have to spend more than 10 minutes, you can just pause the recording, come back to it later. The goal is never to finish. The goal is to just relax, slow down, and get the meditative benefits. And if you just have 10 minutes a day to do that, then just do whatever you can in those 10 minutes. My guess is that many of you have more than 10 minutes and you have the time to finish, whether it's while you're watching the recording or you save it for later. We all have busy lives, but lately, during COVID, we're not as busy. So it's a good opportunity to slow down and do these things that we didn't have time for before. So you notice once I get to an area like this, where you're not really auraing too much, you're just going to keep going those, just continue with the lines. And you notice I'm going outside of the border, which is perfectly legal because anything goes in Zentangle. Now, if you have never been on any of my Zentangle classes, you're going to want to go to the website at rejuventangle.com and look at all the amazing classes I've got coming up. Anyone's welcome to attend. Lots of different classes and workshops. Very affordable prices. And it's on Zoom, so you get to actually see other people and tangle with them. And it's been really wonderful. I know most of you watching do get on those classes. So if this is your first ZenTen, you might not know that on Friday or on the 5th day, we do shading. We shade these tiles and the whole look will change once we do that. So we usually put in 4 patterns a week, 1 a day, and then on day 5, we shade it with our pencil and our tortillon, which is a blending stick. And if you don't have one, you can use a Q-tip, and that'll be on day 5. I've got one more section here. And don't forget to like this video. Just give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I would really appreciate that. Feel free to make a comment in the comment section. Would love to know if you liked today's pattern. Okay, so it's starting to really look different. And tomorrow we will fill in both sections with a whole different pattern. And then we'll shade it on Friday. And this whole tile will totally look different than it does right now. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you tomorrow.